Hey, this is Notser, and today we're taking a look at the Ohio. This is the Tier 10 American Battleship. It is available for 62,000 Research Bureau points over 6 regrinds. It's expensive, but this game is fantastic. I'll run through it, my build, my strat, everything. But before we do that, let's hear from Hermione. This video is sponsored by the Ridge Wallet. The Ridge Wallet is designed with modern living in mind. It holds up to 12 cards plus room for cash while maintaining a slimmer design compared to a more traditional wallet. There are over 30 colors and styles available, including 2 brand new styles. We have Damascus, and then we also have Stone Washed. Both of these and more can be found at ridge.com. The wallets come with a lifetime warranty and over 40,000 5-star reviews. The Ridge team is so confident that you'll like it, they'll let you test drive it for 45 days. You can send it back for a full refund if you don't absolutely love it. The Ridge Wallet is the perfect gift for this holiday season. Visit ridge.com/Notser and use the offer code Notser for a 10% off your next purchase today. And here we go. This is the Ohio, and it's a ship that I wish I played more of because I enjoyed this build so much. It's my tank secondary hybrid that I use on my GK, on my Georgia. This is actually my Georgia Commander, and it's a very successful build. I'm going to run through each of the points and obviously explain my reasoning. We've got the main armament protection. Helps with incapacitation of the main guns. Even though you're a secondary battleship, your main gun's still your bread and butter, let's be real. Lower chance of flood and fire. You're a secondary battleship. You're going to be set on fire a lot. Stands to reason. Lower chance. Extended secondary gun range, obviously. Faster rudder shift. That is helpful for long, medium, and short range maneuverability. Torpedoes, HE shells, you name it, it helps. Concealment, it helps. Same reason. Main battery reload. Why main battery over secondary? Because your main battery is still the most important thing that you can possibly do. As far as the commander build is concerned, priority target helps letting me know who's actually engaging me. Expert marksman, you might be wondering why not a drill and rush, because I invest in active maneuvering. Active maneuvering is really important. Really, really important. It's more important than drill and rush, quite frankly. Basic firing training, absolutely fantastic, both for AA protection, but also for secondary gun range, extra damage output. We've got advanced firing training, which extends the range of my secondaries and also extends the flak damage, which is nice. If you ever get a flak burst, you get a little bit of extra bonus damage. Obviously, manual secondaries. Yes, I do manual seconds. It's American. I don't care. I like secondaries hitting my target. Fire prevention, lower chance of 2 fires set on the superstructure, of course, and preventative maintenance, which goes very well with main armament protection to keep the main battery up so I can deliver punishment to my opponents. Now, enemy Petropavlovsk almost set himself up for a nice big broadside, but unfortunately he ducks underneath and he moves into a position where he's not going to move any further. He's got a giant island that's blocking my view. So as try as I might, using my spotting aircraft, I do not have angle. So instead of trying to solve that riddle, we're going to go do something else. It's one of the things that a great player or a good player recognizes. Don't waste your time. Your time is more than just sitting there waiting for the perfect opportunity. You need to try and do something. And we did something, but we also received something. It's not ideal, but it could have been worse. This enemy Georgia going broadside, of course. We want the Citadel, but probably not going to happen. And of course, he drops off detection. And that is due to the friendly using smoke and having no line of sight. I desperately try to fire before the island gets in the way, and of course the island's in the way. I hate islands. Did I mention I hate islands? So I'm not sorry. We also have a DD, though, that is concerning. It's on the east side, and unfortunately, our friendly DD, Yugamo, just died to it. So I'm kind of on a flank with not the right kind of tools. So, you know, you ever get in a situation like this, it's kind of like, you know, how can I MacGyver this? So we have to deal with the JB, which obviously wants to shoot at us if we ever give him anything. So I have to approach him with a bow position or an extreme angle to minimize that. You know, it just makes sense. While moving into this position, I know that the Petro might be on the right side, and I want to consider if maybe he's backing up and I have angle to fire with my guns. But we're not really getting the kind of accuracy that I would so desperately love, and that is one of the downsides of the Ohio, especially compared to the Vermont, which has 12 457s. This only has 8, so you're going to have shots where, you know, it either does overpin or ricochet, you know, nothing spectacular. So it's like, yeah, let's try and do something that can actually help our team rather than farming damage on a battleship that's never going to die. There's an enemy Georgia who is pretty close. He's within secondary gun range. Moving up on the east side, we know that there was a Cossack, and we know something is capturing C. So I can infer that it's probably the Cossack, and I can make a bold play to address this Georgia. And the Georgia, I'm hoping, please stay broadside. Please stay broadside. I want to just end you right now. We have him set up as our secondary. We also have him set up as our primary. And we aim pretty good, but notice the location. Some of those shells went high, overpinned. We didn't immediately knock him out, but our position was so superior, it doesn't matter. Even if we would have knocked him out, we would have still set up our successful retreat so that, you know, if there's some sneaky DD and there's actually the Cossacks right there, if I move away from a target and angled, I'm going to reduce the amount of damage I take. So even if I mess up, I'm still going to be in a good position. So that's really important. And it's just something that, you know, you could easily have just been broadside, broadside, both of you shoot at each other, do 40,000, 40,000, and be done with it. But it's important to try and move the tempo so that you can successfully knock out a target or do better trade damage than they could ever possibly hope to. And that's exactly what we did, and we're hoping to punish him once again. Now, he drops off detection right as we fire, but I do believe we benefited from the accuracy, and yes, we did. Enemy Georgia knocked out, felt good. However, we kind of needed to do that because the Cossack captured C point. And now we have to consider, you know, how next do we contribute? And in this position, didn't really like the long-range fire, so I decided to use my damage control on a single fire. Now, Notser, why did you do that? Can you please explain to me so that it makes sense? Damage control is providing immunity, and it provides a very long immunity for battleships, and especially for American battleships. Basically, the time it takes to fire again from an HE ship, guaranteed protection from your usual suspects, and that's a really beneficial 2-shot window to retreat or drop off and reposition so that you have the advantage. It's not necessarily bad that a target is shooting at you. You are a battleship. Battleship should be shot at, especially over your teammates. So it would stand to reason, as long as you've done everything you can, angle, return fire, and position yourself to support your teammates, taking the damage is probably in your team's best interests. So I felt like I was not in the best position to contribute. You know, maybe I could go for a C point, but I just would feel guilty because the west side has fallen. I mean, it really has fallen. Look at how many ships were down. We've lost every single DD, and there's not a single DD dead on the enemy team. This is pretty much in-game. This is no chance, you know, every game you play, oh, the DD's dead, oh, all our DDs are dead. How are we supposed to do this? You need a little bit of luck, really. You need the enemy DDs to just think too highly of themselves. So, nope. Moskva took out the Kleber. That's one DD. I am in range of the enemy DD as well, going towards the friendly aircraft carrier. So, of course, I set him as my secondary. Now, Petro is trying to pin us with his AP, but we are angled. We are forming that Y formation, trying desperately to keep our secondaries. Obviously, angling against the enemy DD, that doesn't really matter. But I want the secondary angle so that they can continuously fire on them. I have really fast-firing small gun caliber. They're perfect for enemy DDs. Don't have to worry about not being able to pin or pinning, and it's going to contribute a lot. This Petro, though, he could easily, if I present a broadside Citadel me and knock me out, and unfortunately, we've got a GK in the area too, so we have to do this rapidly. Now, secondaries are doing work. We're getting good damage, but enemy Petro does take damage, and he is finished off by the friendly Odin, which is in the area. Fantastic. Can we get the DD dead? Enemy GK, perfect broadside. We're going to fire some AP. Unfortunately, aircraft carrier in the area. However, because of the investment in American secondaries and the way that we did it, our AA is pretty special. It's not going to stop the damage because they're aircraft carriers. They can do whatever they want. But what it's going to do is it's going to reduce the ability for the follow-up damage. And that is almost as important, especially as a battleship, because I can actually survive. So I'm trying to lull my enemy into a false sense of security, especially with our AA. Kill it before it drops! Kill it before it drops! Of course, he gets the torpedo out, but it's only one. Aw, sucks for that. Oh, he didn't hit anything. Ah, yes. But we're still behind. Enemy still has 2 bases to R1. Enemy GK, unfortunately, is placed in a way that I can't really fire on him. I can't fire on the enemy on the west side of the map. I'm trying to get into another position. I'm actually pleasantly surprised by the amount of damage that I sustained in that engagement. There was 3 enemy ships within 10 kilometers of our ship, and we only took probably like 15,000 damage. 20,000 damage. 23,000 damage. That's pretty good against a GK, and obviously secondaries are firing, and you'll notice, we already got a fire. And we're already doing a good job. Maintain good angle. Bounces harmlessly off the side of my hull. And gotten the enemy GK knocked out. The tables have turned, my friends. We are coming back, and I intend to bring this all the way home. Now, enemy Atago over by A point. I could sail south into B. Enemy Amagi actually looks like he's going to give us a side profile, which would be great for this big, heavy shell. It loves shooting at battleships. It's one of the advantages over the Montana. And we're hoping for a nice waterline shot. Nice Citadel, 24,000 damage. Yes, yes, yes. I like it. He returns fire with his 410s and bounces harmlessly off the hull. Man, angling is a powerful tool. It's just a shame that not too many battleships end up using it. I hope that they would try to, but, we'll see. Maybe in 2021. Either way, we captured the base, or we're working on capturing the base. Follow-up salvo, not as impressive, but it's a little bit of damage. Meanwhile, enemy Atago coming from the west side, taking damage from friendlies. I'm looking to confirm. Are they going to kill him? Is he dead? Is there a window of opportunity? Okay, he's taken out. Now, we do have really fast turret traverse. We didn't take every turret traverse skill because slot 3 module is the secondary gun range, but we've pretty much taken everything else, and we do have an enhanced commander. So my turrets can position left to right very quickly. That is an important aspect of my play to allow for the aggressive angling, because I can return to normalcy very quickly. I don't have to overcome the slowness that is inherently in most battleships. And the Ohio doesn't really suffer from this because the Ohio is sort of a new era battleship along the lines of the Kremlin and the Thunderer, where they don't need to consider slow turret traverse. But even a little bit extra gives you that little bit extra chance to find a window where the enemy might not be angled perfectly in time. And it always seems to work sometimes, where I'm looking on one side of the flank, we see another juicy broadside cruiser. It's the best opportunity to surprise him, and then bam, he's knocked out. Didn't happen this time, We're just moving into an area where the Henri and the Amagi and the enemy Cossack, Well, didn't want to see the Cossack. That's kind of dangerous. Enemy set him with our secondaries. Now, 127, plenty of penetration. Don't have to worry at all. These secondaries will do good damage. If they ever hit the target, please hit the target. I need them to actively angle a little bit more so that they can hit more. We have to expect torpedoes. That's why I'm positioning my ship so aggressively towards not only the squadron, but also away from the potential momentum send of the torps. And it looks pretty good. It also looks like the Shima had to drop in a less than... Oh, Cossack. That little bit of the island just stuck out just enough that I couldn't follow up a shot with him. He is the Cossack. Don't know exactly how many torpedoes he's had to use. Oh, he used one more. And we can't get out of this. I don't have a shot on the Cossack, so instead we're going to fire at the Henri, who did pull a Notser. And he is in secondary gun range. Make sure you set your manual secondaries on him. A little bit too high, unfortunately. And we are taking too much damage. Man, we've needed about 40,000 damage here to form this sort of wedge push with my team who's going after the Cossack. I just want to save, wait for a full gun reload, fire all guns, and something's going to hit. Something hopefully can hit as hard as that Shokaku AP bomb just did. Enemy is knocked out from the Yoshino. Ooh, that AP... so accurate. Oh, it just feels so rewarding to see those shells drop in on that. Now, there were two. The enemy Amagi and the enemy aircraft carrier. How convenient. Well, you know, we have to sail through Sea Point. It's the quickest route to these enemies. Enemy Amagi, of course, broadside. Well, we're as angled as we can be. Just going to try my best. Random shells. Ooh, that was a good broadside. 11,000 damage? Yeah. Now, we do have a hard freeze. I do have some system issues. Sorry. But we are focusing on going after the Amagi. And, yep, we're coming back. All right. Now, is he going to soften his angle a little bit? He looks barely there. Ooh, we can set another fire. You know, it was very surprising how many fires are actually... Another fire is actually set with this so rapidly, so quickly. Angle was not optimal, unfortunately. An enemy aircraft is coming after us. Good defense there. Between my AA and the friendly's AA, we had enough to stop that enemy tier 8. If he was a tier 10, he would have just wiped us out, let's be real. But he's a tier 8, so we have a chance. And enemy battleship looks like to try and round the island. Now, I could try and capture the base. There is only a minute and 40 seconds left. I'm a little bit more greedy than that. Just press C to cycle my view, so it's a little bit over the gun. And the shells go where we want them. Unfortunately, he contests us, so there's really no point to making sure we can capture. We can't capture. I guarantee you this enemy aircraft carrier is dead, and let's be real, it's an aircraft carrier. I want to kill it. He's trying to kill me. I want to kill him. And if we can just survive a little bit longer, get around this island, AA is spectacular. Yes, AA defense expert, that's right. More medals for the slaughter. Give me everything you have. I want that Kraken. 4 kills, that's not enough. Give me 5th. So, all our guns, angle, fire at the waterline. Don't care if I pull a Notser. It's a Notser in victory. See you later, enemy aircraft carrier. That's a W for the Ohio, and wow. I did not expect to enjoy this build this way and to do it in such a fashion. It really contributed a lot in this game, and I enjoyed it a lot. Don't need 32 millimeters of HE penetration on your secondaries to have effective, useful tools, and obviously the main battery, monster carry, clearly. The Ohio is fantastic, and it makes me a little sad that we're not going to get American battleships with secondaries as a trait for, the foreseeable future. And in fact, Massachusetts and Georgia are going away from sales, so, get them while you can. That's all I'll say. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to check out more of my content, you can click the most recent or the most relevant uploads. You could also choose to subscribe to my channel. We do daily World of Warship videos, first impression, how-to, news, and review related. My North American recruit invite is on the screen. You can take advantage of that. I stream at twitch.tv/Notser. Thank you, have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you next time.